with a band with a sound all their own, a sound that's on par with the Talking Heads if David Byrne didn't take himself so seriously. I present to you the internet taking medication. Thank you guys for coming in. We've gone over this. I'm a little starstruck, which I'm sure you guys get all the time. Being
Oh yeah.
Well, of course we do.
Yeah. We have to hitchhike or something.
Maybe we should pitch this hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's our new album.
The new album coming out, which drops May
31st. It's out, available on Ocapel Records website, www.ocapelrecords.com. Yeah, so you can buy it there, or you can buy it from our CD release show on August 13th at the Haven Social Club.
So now, what's the involvement with Oak Record? Because this was kind of surprising.
Well, okay, I started up Ocapel Records as an independent label just to release my own music, and so I added Take Medication on there, of course, and my solo stuff, and eventually I started adding other bands, which I hadn't anticipated, but it worked out for the best. I added the Shakedowns, and now we're up to 9 people. There's even a band called the Troop of Echoes, an instrumental band,
Oh, nice.
and they're from the U.S.
Just with how Taking Medication formed, usually I don't give a shit, but just being that moment, I'm really interested in how the sound kind of developed and where it started.
Well, it was mostly, I guess Derek and I at first just kind of getting together in the basement and just with ideas that we had even separately, like we hadn't even really, gotten together.
We were going to solve world hunger, but we figured this would be easier.
Like right from when it sounds like from right when you guys got together, like recording was a big aspect.
Yeah, like all the recording is done, I guess, at the studio that's in my house, I guess.
Say it.
Sounds of Sounds.
Sounds of Sounds. They're all plugged in.
Sounds of Sounds.
Plug
So
it again. So
yes, it's called Sounds of Sounds.
Oh, one more. What's it called?
Sounds of Sounds.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So
Uncle Zygo likes the Z letter.
or Z if you're in Canada.
It was yeah.
So, but anyway, so yeah, we just I kind of had the microphones there, not a ton of stuff at first, but and then you can. That's where I think you'll see the production improvement because sonically it's a little bit more refined on that.
Well, and I'm sure you've kind of figured out how to.
Yeah, I figured out how to go into debt buying buying expensive microphones and preamps and stuff. But
and then when did you guys come on board?
I guess after the ideas were assembled, they wanted to put some drums and kind of get together as a band,
play live.
Some rhythm happening with the drum aspect, and
actually they're related.
Yeah. So he being my son, I forced him into playing drums.
Yeah.
Now, because you guys have been in the scene for a while, you have a record going, or a record label, and this is like the second release from you guys. Is there money to be made in the music industry anymore, or is it just
you gotta really love doing it because there's not a lot of money, that's for sure. You gotta be passionate about the music and really not think about the money if you're gonna even make it, I think.
So has the industry kind of shifted in a place where it's just, because I think music should always be about the love and more about the art form, but it's kind of nice to make a living at it, but
Absolutely.
is it now just it's just not there and you just have to really like the music to
I think that it's the ability to make a living from it has always existed and will always exist. It's how your particular art form fits into the whole scheme, the current times, I suppose, and whatnot. And it's about people helping support it all.
So is that where we're kind of lacking right now? Is that the people just aren't coming out to the shows or buying the discs?
Well, I guess we're still making money, but basically what we do with the money is put it into our band fund.
Yeah.
So we never really see the money. We just use it for other band things.
Yeah.
And kind of,
do you want a disc? Your next disc sounding better? Do you want it looking better?
Yeah.
That money is you're making the money, but it's not going to an addition on my house.
But now is there that support there? Are there the fans and the kids still coming out to the shows?
Oh yeah, we get an enormous amount of feedback when we play our shows. People come up to us and they tell us that they enjoy it, and that's actually really satisfying.
like I kind of have mixed feelings about the Edmonton scene right now. Some days I would like to burn it down, but there also kind of seems to be like rumblings of things finally kind of starting to come together. Like, do you guys have any insight there?
It's tough. Yeah. I mean, I guess you kind of have to, get out into the scene to see, what's going on. I've kind of been, guiltily, I haven't been out checking out gigs. So we're going to one tonight.
Well, I really do believe, because I'm the older statesman here. I go back to the 70s. The city used to be full of large venues which hosted bands and large audiences. We don't have that anymore. And there is less desire to go out and see live music, in my opinion. There will always be a crew of people that want to go out and hear live music, but there's less and less. The entertainment world has changed vastly in the last 30 years.
Going back, because I'm sure you've kind of seen these different kind of generations come through. Like, what kind of shifted there? Like, when did it start tapering off?
Well, I think that people's desire for entertainment changed. And live music isn't as important to people now as it once was. I mean, if you were in the 40s and you went out to see the jazz big bands, great musicians, people went out in droves. Nobody cares about that now, and it's very unfortunate. They would rather watch Britney Spears or somebody on a YouTube. Maybe that's even old nowadays, Miley Cyrus or whoever it might be. There's all different forms, and well, I just went to a record store for the first time in the last year to buy a few discs. Like, it's sad every time I go. There's less and less records for sale. People don't buy records anymore. Yeah. Listen to the record companies whine. The downloading, the electronic world has taken over, and it's a different form of entertainment for people.
Well, and that really kind of hurts me, because my high school years were spent in free club. I went to Joe's and that's how you learn a lot about a lot of bands, because you go in there and you're like,
right next door was Sound Connection.
Well, right.
Sound Connection.
And now if you go into whatever exists, wow, the stock has really dwindled. It's really depressing, frankly.
Yeah. So, and where do you think that shift come? Was it the rise in kind of the internet and the fact that you don't have to go out?
Yeah, absolutely.
But to me, buying, having this, and I can hold this and I can put that in, and a CD is one thing, but actually a vinyl, right, where you put it in and you listen to it, and then you got to get up and flip it, right? And it seems like the digital music and buying music through iTunes kind of takes that human level away from music, and
I think the appreciation level kind of goes down with so much choice. Right?
Cheapens it kind of.
Well,
you have so much choice at the click of a button. Do you appreciate as much as getting up, flipping the side, setting the speed, stuff like that?
Yeah.
So, but is it a losing battle, or what as a band can you start doing? What do the kids need to start doing to get that shift?
I don't think there is really anything we can do about this shift. Even as a record label, I love CDs. I grew up on CDs and going to HMV, waiting for a CD to come out, and just having that physical CD in my hand. I love that, but it seems to be dying now. And as much as I'd like to keep producing CDs on the label, it seems to be going the digital way, and I don't think there is anything we can do about that. I just think everybody's leaning more towards that. But,
I think that form will always exist, but it's obvious the electronic form has taken over, and young people will always find the music that they want in whatever format, and we as musicians have to learn to adapt.